Good morning, YouTubers. Hope everybody's having a great day. Have I got a great video for you guys today? It is Friday morning. Hoping to get a bunch of views on this video because Friday, YouTube tends to really put out a lot of views on Friday for some reason. Like everybody watches late into the night even. So hoping this video does really well. And therefore, I wanted to talk a little bit about where I see silver and gold going over the next 4 to 5 weeks. I know I was reading some comments earlier and I had some people say, man, why do you people never ever say that silver or gold's going to come down? And if you've been following the channel for a while, I tell you guys when I think it's going to come down. I tell you guys when I think we're going to see a pullback. And unfortunately, I do see a little bit of a pullback coming in the near future. I'm going to explain why. However, I think it's going to be extremely short-lived, and I think the opportunity is going to really come and go really fast for a lot of people. And you're going to hear people say possibly out there that, you know, silver and gold's going to go to the moon in a couple weeks on the 17th and the 18th, or the 16th and the 17th. When they have the Fed meeting. And I do expect that it's going to go higher at that point. But there's a couple things that I think people need to be aware of, in my personal opinion. Now, I could be wrong on this. However, I'm pretty confident in what I'm about ready to tell you guys. So we're going to jump in. If you guys enjoy the video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment, and if you're not subscribed or you're new to the channel, please be sure and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Now, we're going to jump right. Oh, and I will be going live Saturday night, just so you guys know. It'll be probably around 9 o'clock. So with that being said, let's jump right in and get talking about what's going on. So, okay, so a lot of people right now realize that we have a Fed meeting coming up in about 2 weeks, a little bit under 2 weeks, actually, I think. So people don't know 100%. Nobody knows 100% what the Fed's going to do. I believe that the government is under extreme strain with these higher interest rates. I believe these higher interest rates are hurting banks. It's hurting government. And I think, you know, they need to bring interest rates down. Despite, you know, them saying how great the economy is. Typically, when the economy is bad, that's when you want to bring down interest rates, not when it's good. You know, a lot of people don't realize, unfortunately, the status of the economy. I do have a belief that the economy is not doing as well as we might hear on TV. But the biggest factor, I think, for them right now is they have to lower the interest rates. And a lot of people are rooting for lower interest rates. I'm not going to lie. I mean, lower interest rates tends to pump up the value of assets. And there's a reason why. Because when they lower the interest rates, the price of money gets cheaper. You can borrow money. You can buy what you want. If you want a new car, a new truck, a new house, whatever the case may be, maybe just some dumb stuff that you really don't need, a new big screen TV, who knows what people buy. And once they lower the interest rates, a lot of people are more apt to want to go out and buy that stuff. Why? Because they look at the minimum payment. They look at how quick the money's growing, yes. But when you're getting squeezed from huge amounts of debt and then a high interest rate, it gets a little scary. I mean, it really does. No matter who you are, it can get stressful. I've been in that position, trust me. But on the flip side of that, I think that people will really embrace the lower interest rates. I think the stock market will get really excited about low interest rates. But here's the thing. It's a short-term fix. It's not the medicine that the stock market needs. It's not the medicine that the economy needs. You know, when someone's sick, the fastest way to get better is just take the medicine and do what has to be done. And essentially, the biggest problem with the economy, I believe, right now is the huge amount of debt that is out there. And because there is a huge amount of debt and lower interest rates, people are going to want to spend more. They're going to want to charge more. They're not going to want to pay back, because with interest rates going up, it forces you to kind of suck it up and pay some of your debt off. Tighten up the belt, eat at home, don't eat out as much, do different stuff that's going to put you in a better spot long term. And it's not just the US dollar. It's, you know, all currencies of the world. And that's why I kind of lined out some of this different currencies, because a lot of countries right now are just printing money out of thin air. And that's kind of where the fiat comes in. You know, fiat doesn't have to be backed by anything. They can just continue and print and print and print. And eventually, though, as they print more and more, it causes prices to go up because the value of the currency is less. It's worth less, not worthless, but it's worth less than before because they just add to the money supply. And whenever you have more of something, it makes it worth less. I mean, you think about an orange crop. And for those of you that don't know, oranges are a commodity. If all of a sudden the orange crop gets wiped out by a freeze, well, the price of oranges go through the roof, and the price of orange juice goes through the roof. But if all of a sudden we have a great year, sunny, good weather conditions, plentiful for oranges, the price of oranges fall. Now, if you're an orange company, you certainly don't want to see the price fall, but on the flip side, you want to make the most money off of your oranges, but you want to have a good crop. So if you're an orange producer in California, yeah, it's great if Florida gets hit with a freeze and California keeps booming because now they get the bulk of it. Where am I going with this is when you look at the currencies and they continue to print, it's worth less and less and less. Now, I got to say now, we're getting into the meat and potatoes here. So, with the Fed meeting coming on the 16th and 17th, if they lower the interest rates, it's going to make the dollar worth less. And because it's worth less, it's probably going to push up precious metals. It's going to push up the price of everything. Why? Because you need more of something that's worth less to buy something that you want. If, you know, I read a report that a kid had did one time, and he had said that if everybody in the town all got given $500, what would they all go buy? And he actually did a group survey and asked all these kids. And all the kids wanted new PlayStations and Xboxes. The kid went on to say that, think about that, they would be wiped out from the store. There wouldn't be any right around here because every kid would be able to go out and get them. So they'd have to make more. As they make more, the prices of them would continue to go up. That easy money of them lowering the interest rates is exactly what that's going to do. It's going to cause a lot of stuff to go up. Cryptocurrencies that have taken a huge hit. The stock market, that's really overpriced in my opinion. I know some people might say, oh, it had a little bit of a pullback. It's still overpriced. And gold and silver, which is what I care about the most right now in financial assets. I have to put that in there because I don't want anybody thinking that I value money above everything. But it's important that you understand when they lower the interest rates, the prices are going to go up. I can't stress that enough. But we don't know 100% they're going to cut interest rates. It's pretty common knowledge they're going to do 0.5%. It's baked into the cake already. However, we're seeing precious metals, silver we're going to talk about. Well, we'll talk about gold first because that's an easy call. You can't manipulate the price of gold as easy. Gold is bought up by rich, powerful people and countries. They're not affected by a downward economy. You can't manipulate the price of gold quite as much. I mean, that's why gold right now is at $25.20 at the time of filming this video. Big money prepares months in advance for what's going on. They've already prepared for a 0.25% cut. And they know the cut's coming, and so they've been buying a lot of gold. Now, rich elites don't really put their money in silver. I hate to say that. Unfortunately, a lot of us do. But what a lot of rich people do and big banks do is they will manipulate the silver price. They'll short it. We've talked many times about shorting silver and how there is huge amounts of short positions on silver. And at the end of this month, a lot of those short positions come due. We've explained in previous videos what a short is. A short is basically when you borrow, you take a short contract, you borrow 5,000 ounces of silver, and you have it, you sell it onto the market if you want, and you're betting that the price will go down. And naturally, by you putting that 5,000 ounces out for sale, you do push the price down. But it's not that they're doing 5,000 ounces. They're doing millions of ounces. And they're selling it onto the market, and then they drive the price down. Now, why would you do that? Because they've got to cover from previous shorts. Because once the price comes down, then they decide to settle on their previous 3 months ago IOUs. They pay them off at the lower price. If you borrowed the silver at, we'll say $27, you definitely don't want it up to 29 or 30. Because if you've got one contract, 5,000 ounces, you borrowed it at 27 to drive it down, and all of a sudden, 27, silver shoots up to 29, you're out $10,000. A dollar for the first dollar for the 5,000, and then the second dollar for the 5,000. And once you realize that, that's what they do. They have to short a position just to pay off what they did 3 months ago. And that's why I expect they'll have even bigger short positions this month. The question is it going to happen before the Fed meeting or after? Now, we're 2 weeks away from the Fed meeting. What's really interesting to me, and this is the only thing I question, and I'm going to tell you here in a bit what I think is going to happen, but the only thing I question is, will they try to clear those short positions before the Fed meeting, like literally a couple days before, or will they wait until after? Because if they wait until after, they're going to have a lot of power pushing, a lot of buying, pushing the price of metals higher. And that's why I believe that this manipulation is going to start to wind down. We know huge amounts of short contracts are already out there that have to be settled by the end of this month. What we don't know is, will they just settle them and not take out more? Once they decide they're going to settle and not take out more, that's when I think you're going to see a huge price increase that we've never seen before. And it doesn't mean I think we're all going to be millionaires or billionaires tomorrow. It just means we will start to see the price climb and climb faster and faster. So now the part on what I think is going to happen. So I think we are going to continue to see a light pullback. Well, first of all, we're not going to see any pullback in gold, I don't think. I think gold is going to continue to inch up. And I think when they announce that they're going to cut interest rates, I think we're going to see a big jump on gold, and we're going to blow through $2,600 gold. So what about silver? Because most of us are in silver. I mean, I'm at the point where I almost want to trade some of my gold just to get some more silver. I kind of wished, some days I wish I hadn't even never picked up a gold coin. I just put it in silver. And then when I see gold going up and silver not really doing anything, I question, do you really want to put into what some will call a speculative asset? I don't believe silver is speculative. I believe silver and gold are going to continue to go up, but there's a lot more manipulation on silver because it's so cheap. You compare it to the other top metals. I mean, for it to be in the top 4 precious metals, it doesn't really make sense to me that it's as low as it is. You've got gold at $25.20. You got palladium at what, 925, platinum at 915, and silver at $28. When it goes crazy, we're going to see it go up, and a lot of people are going to be like, what in the world just happened? Do I think it's going to go up to $1,000 overnight? No. But there's nothing saying that it can't go to $100 over a short time span and make it a little bit closer to the ratio that it comes out of the ground of a 25-to-1. But here's the thing. Gold keeps going up. Silver's going to keep going up. It's going to need to go even higher to catch up to gold. Now, where is silver going to go then over the next 4 or 5 weeks? I expect to see a little bit of a pullback. I expect to see that we will hit $26 and change. I don't think it's going to break $26. I don't think you'll see $25.80, $25.90. I don't think that. I think you're going to see 26 and change, possibly 26.75. If I had to bet a number, I would say that we will go down to $26.75, before the month comes to an end, there will be an opportunity for you to buy it. But once the month ends and we hit that $26.75, I believe within a week we will be back over $30. So I say that because I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you my personal opinion. I expect that there will be a buying opportunity in the near future. But I also believe you need to be mindful. If I were you, I might even not purchase anything. If you're a weekly buyer, I would consider not purchasing anything this week, this weekend, or even next week. I would hold off that 1 extra week, maybe 2 extra weeks, and just watch. I told you guys this before. Sometimes it's panned out. There's been times, hey, you can't call anything perfect. But don't be surprised to see $26.75. And how low will it go? I mean, I'd be shocked if it goes under 26, but $26.75, if I had to put a number on it, and I base that off of the previous recent low, and I'm going a little bit higher than the recent low. Now, on the flip side of that, when it really jumps, I'm taking $30 as a safe bet. However, I would not be surprised if we have a little bit of a higher high. So the previous high was $32.40. I would not be surprised to see a $33 pop up. There will be a lot of selling taking place. When we get back up there, there's always going to be weak hands. But I don't think the heavy selling is going to really kick in until we see $35 silver. Now, can that happen? I think we will see $35 silver before the year's out. I would almost bet on it. With just about anybody. I'm pretty confident. We'll see what happens. This is not a channel where I'm going to sugarcoat stuff and tell you guys what you want to hear just so I can get a click or a sub or a like or whatever. I'm going to tell you guys my honest opinion. I actually was talking to a friend tonight, and he was talking to me about the PCGS app. And he said, I'm not convinced PCGS is able to spot the lowest price. I think maybe they get a lot of advertising. So I'm actually investigating that now, because I've always thought PCGS will find you the lowest price on the internet. And what's cool is then you can click it and just buy it. It did pretty well tonight because when I looked up a coin that I showed you guys recently, the price had came down because someone on eBay put one up for sale at a lower price, and it basically drove the numbers down. And so I definitely don't want to be giving an opinion of something that's inaccurate. So what I'm telling you guys is really what I see. I'm not, some YouTubers might just want to tell you the price is going to go a whole lot higher. Yeah, they're not wrong in that. But also, if you press someone to want to buy when the prices are a little high, I always have to ask why. If you believe the price might have a pullback, why would you want? Are you getting some kind of gain? Is your video sponsored by somebody that promotes, essentially, you're getting promoted to sell? I don't make any money through selling. I make money through memberships. I make money through ads, the commercials that you might see pop up on your video. And I make money through super chats and super thanks, that if people click the button and they have like a little super thank you or whatever. I don't even know how it works exactly. I seen one come up one night. It was a super thanks. And I was like, how did someone put a super thank on a video? I've heard of the super chats, but only when you're live. But super thanks, I guess, go. So that's how I profit, how I make money off it. And do I make a ton? No, I don't make a ton off YouTube. I do make enough to, pay the internet, pay a couple bills, and that's about it. But I enjoy doing it. I really do. And so when I tell you guys this, I do this because I want you guys to do really well. It's a good feeling when you tell people your opinion and they follow it, and then all of a sudden they make a bunch of money. A lot of people made a bunch off Shiba. A lot of people made a bunch off Doge. It was a good feeling. I had some people write to me. One person really close to me wrote to me, said he did the same strategy I did, and he wrote it high. He ended up riding the price of Shiba, or I'm sorry, the price of Doge from $5,000 all the way up to like $65,000. Now, I was shocked that he did not get out. It did come back down, and now it's only worth like $10,000. But he still made a little something, and that's the way I look at a lot of that stuff. If you profit something, or you have a better quality of life, or you make a little bit of money, it's worth it. And even if you have an asset that goes up in value, a solid asset, it's worth it. And I know some people will diss cryptos. We have cryptos. We have a lot of crypto community in our Discord room because we have talked about it a lot in the past. But we've also talked about Pokemons. We've talked about anything that is a fad, even, because it's an opportunity. I mean, for a while, the McDonald's Pokemons were all the rave. I mean, someone robbed a McDonald's to take a couple cases of Pokemon cards. These are the toys they put in the Happy Meal, which was kind of crazy. But spotting these things, you know, all these little dollars do add up. If you have an opportunity, somebody, you know, like I say, when people complain that the price of silver, you're not going to get rich off it. No, but if you invest a little bit of money into silver at $26 or $27 and then it goes up to $35, are you going to complain that you made $7 or $8 off every little coin? I mean, and you know, some people say it ain't worth the risk. I've heard some people say it ain't worth the risk. And to me, it's not really a risk because precious metals have constantly been going up. Do we see pullbacks? Of course, but over the long haul. I mean, you see silver jump tomorrow $25. I certainly would not buy tomorrow. I mean, and I mean that. You know, I would wait and see if it doesn't settle out a little first. But a lot of people get that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and they hurry up and they want to go all in on it. And that's the wrong time because smart money always gets in early. Smart money has been getting in on gold. Smart money's been getting in on silver. And unfortunately, we've got heavy manipulation on silver, which does stunt the growth of it a little bit. But eventually, the manipulation will not be able to continue. Why? Because each time they manipulate it, it gets a little harder to manipulate it the next time. It gets a little more costly. And as banks are struggling, as the economy is struggling, who has money to throw away to beat the price down a little bit? You know, so you beat the price down so you can get more of something. I'm not going to lie, if the price came down to $5, we would all probably in the community be buying it up. If the price goes to $10, we'd all be buying it up. They need it to come down a little bit so they can acquire it, but not enough that you'll acquire it. They want you to be discouraged. And they want you to stop stacking. They promote fiat currency. They promote debt. That is how they make their money. So be mindful of what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you hit the thumbs up button for me. And I know I kind of rambled a little bit to try to get a few points across for people that are kind of newer in the beginning. I had to kind of elaborate a little bit more on that instead of just saying short. Some people, I get asked in the comments sometime, I don't know what spot means. Spot is the actual price of silver on the London Fix. That's the spot price, the official spot price. Your premiums is anything over that. So if spot price is $28 and you're paying $30, you're paying a $28 spot price and a $2 premium. Some people don't understand all them numbers, and so it helps to elaborate a little bit. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And like I said, I'll see you live on Saturday night. Take care. Bye-bye.